ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so real quick, like the class, we all want to be millionaires, right? Like we all want the goal, like to come out with our college degree, and you want to be like, you want to be very wealthy, right? With your college degree, correct? Everybody agree? Okay. And okay, would you let a classmate in this classroom copy a 15-page paper that Professor Buchanan gave, and knowing that person didn't do anything, like
15 pages?
No way.
No.
right? Why? Because you worked hard for it, right? Okay. Now, most of us say that we're charitable, right? Like we would like do community service, or if somebody was in need, right? And most of us also say that we're democratic, right? Alright.
Yeah.
But if you worked hard for what you earned, like this college degree, if you worked hard for what you earned, how would you honestly feel about giving all your wealth away to those who didn't care about success at all? Those who like dropped out of college, dropped out of high school or whatever. How would you feel about just giving your money to them?
It depends the reason why they dropped out.
No, it doesn't.
Make the equal thing, because you said 15-page paper, so say something like $15,000 or
Right.
something like that.
A 15-page paper is like equivalent to getting your college degree to doing whatever you have to do to get your money. It took a lot of work. You have to do a lot of studying. You have to go work hard. And what I'm saying is this right here is like the Republican view. This is the 1% view right here. That, you know, they don't want to give their money away. And people in the middle class are complaining and looking at them like, oh, you guys are so selfish or whatever. But you gotta realize, whether you grew up in humble beginnings or whether you didn't grow up in humble beginnings and you're working hard like for yourself, you're not gonna want to give away your success because other people don't care about it.
I love it. Okay. But this is like, wow. This is a great question. And let's get some salient, like really good answers to his question, because this is a valid point. All I have to say is this is an incredibly valid point. And so answer honestly.
Well, you're saying that if someone asks to copy your 15-page paper, they're in school with you, so why aren't they doing the work too? If it was assigned to both of you, then why aren't they doing the work too? I mean, it's different when it comes to like money, because money you can just give to somebody, but if you actually like took your time to like, I mean, obviously you worked for the money, but if you actually like took your time and like you worked on something, like I feel like that's more valuable than money, like something that you actually put time and effort into, and like you like I don't know, but
Little corporations have people like say
it's easier to give money than it is to like give something that you actually like. I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't know.
I understand what you're saying. I think what you're talking about is the playing field. And if everyone started off with a BA, if you started off as a freshman, and say you worked your way up to sophomore and junior, and you worked your way up to this 15-page paper, and then someone else who started off on the same level as you wants to take your work and for free, it's like, wait a minute, we put in the same amount of work, we should produce the same kinds of things.
But
Right?
we're not all of
But
it.
we're not all starting off at the same level.
And that's it. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say.
Not all of us are starting off on the same level. He has a rebuttal here.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
So look, you said like, okay, you said how you worked hard for the essay is not the same as money, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, say like there's some seniors in this class, right? Say that paper is basically the answer to whether that person graduates, right? That paper decides whether somebody graduates and is able to like go off with their
Then
degree.
they should have did it themselves.
Right.
Okay.
And so it's money equals political, cultural, and social change. Like with money, you're able to have influence in government and in the society. And that's the same thing, like that paper, if you turn that paper in and that person got an A, then they can graduate. You're changing that person's life just as much as money will change somebody's life.
No, but they're not putting forth the effort if they don't do anything. Like I wouldn't have a problem helping them with the essay. That's just like me donating money to someone else if they're trying to build up an organization. Like say for example, my grandma goes to Haiti and she has this like exchange fund, and so like women who are trying to get their businesses up, she loans them money, and then every month they have to like pay it back. So that's them trying to do it as opposed to them just sitting there like, okay, we need money. Like,
So equivalent, if you're actually using the 15-page paper analogy, she actually is giving people a couple of pages or
I would help them.
more money.
I would help them write their
Her
thing as
own
long
money.
as they're willing to do the
Right.
work
Put
to
forth
it.
the effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You
all
have
about the
some other
effort.
responses, I
you're saying, but I don't think you can put everybody in a not hardworking category. I think some people are just not as, well off as others. Some people are in certain situations that, maybe they do work hard, they just not gonna ever get over that hump because of whatever it is that they have going in their life or whatever they're going through. But I don't think people will want people to give away all their wealth. I think it's the surplus. It's like they're buying things that they really don't need. They have 3 or 4 cars, 5, 6 big old change, 3 houses in 3 different states, or whatever. They have all this money to give away. Like they're spending it. Like the people that have houses that they probably never even lived in.
Never even
Yeah, never even.
Just bought it.
8 bathrooms that they probably ain't used about 4 of them. Like,
Okay, so to your point, I'm actually going to give you, I don't know, has anyone heard of the Giving Pledge?
No.
So, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett got together and decided that we have so much money, we cannot possibly die with all this money, and our kids should not inherit all of this money.
I thought that was that's like Warren Buffett, yeah. And he was like, I'm not just
all
gonna
of
let
it.
it go
Maybe
on.
not enough for them to live.
What they
And
decided was
maybe build whatever little bit they have up into what their parents had, but
No.
maybe not the whole
No.
thing.
Warren Buffett worked for his money.
And actually, if someone could look up the Giving Pledge on their cell phone, you can see that basically what they did was they went to the billionaires and quadrillionaires like Oprah, all the other business owners and whatnot, and they said, would you sign a pledge and be willing to give away a certain percentage of your wealth even before you die, but after you die? Would you be willing to give it away while you're alive? Because they have so much. So it's interesting because I think your question speaks to the people who are below those people.
It speaks to the middle class. I'm not saying I'm not saying that what I'm saying is the middle class is complaining, and it's just like you're not seeing it in the eyes of the 1%. I'm in the middle class too. Yes, I complain because I know that they don't really give back. But what I'm saying is look into their eyes and just realize that they started at the same place as you did. But you're right. Some of them inherited, but some of them didn't though. Some of them started like the same place.
Bill Gates and Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett,
Most.
Mark Zuckerberg, like, they all started bottom, normal person, and their ideas took them to where they are now. And I think that Warren Buffett's idea is the greatest. Like, I'm not just about to let this money sit and go into my kids' hands because they haven't had to work for anything. I work for my riches, and whatever happens, like, I don't know what happens after they die or whatever, but to say that is so powerful because it's like I'm not about to just let this go into my kids' hands for them to do anything with it. They need to work just as hard as I did for what I had. And I think that's a really powerful statement. It's like they give
Well, I don't
a
think they
nice
should give it all
childhood,
away.
a nice foundation to grow upon, and, growing up, if you needed money to start, this is not, if they had those kind of ideals, then that's what the money was for, but after, like, they become an adult, they need to work for
They
their
need
own.
to basically figure it out for
Yeah.
themselves, like, have a
Since
little
they
hard
had
work.
that foundation their whole life.
Yeah.
Instagram.
So not everyone starts off on the same playing field. And I had a friend who used to say there are millions of unlettered, no, I'm sorry, he used to say there are thousands of unlettered millionaires in this country. And for a long time, I didn't know what he meant by that. But that means that Bill Gates dropped out of college, basically, unlettered.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Right. So people who have dropped out of college, but they live by their ideas, their hard work, their skills, their wit, basically are making millions, but they knew what they wanted to do. And I guess the rest of us middle class folks, we know that education is one of the ways that we can propel ourselves forward possibly to the next class. And yes, I don't think anybody in here would turn down $1 million. Would anyone turn down $1 million?
I mean, it depends on
Is it being thrown in my lap? Like,
I mean, no
what's going on
strings
with it?
attached.
Oh, no,
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn
I
out
would
$1
take
million.
I wouldn't turn it down, but I probably wouldn't keep it all for myself.
Definitely.
Because I'm definitely,